The voice of Indiana County, WCCS AM 1160, 101.1 FM, Indiana in the Morning, brought to you by First Commonwealth Bank. With us this morning, Byron Stauffer, the Executive Director of the Indiana County Planning Office of Planning and Development. And we had word last week, $1.7 million in funds are coming to help the Windy Ridge Business Park in White Township, right out Route 286, right?
Well, good morning, Chuck. Good morning, Indiana. I appreciate the invitation. We were quite pleased and appreciative of the governor's announcement through Secretary Davin with the PA Department of Community and Economic Development on behalf of PennDOT as well, a joint initiative between the two departments, announcing a $1,734,745 grant for the development of the intersection at Indian Springs Road and Rustic Lodge as part of the Windy Ridge Business and Technology Park. Several years ago, when the Indiana County Development Corporation conducted a traffic study, which many will recall the improvements at the intersection of 286 and 422 tied to the park with the added traffic signals at the westbound lanes and the additional traffic signals at Windy Ridge. That too was part of the traffic study mitigations. Windy Ridge is over 200 acres and will connect 286 back to Rustic Lodge. So the thought process was that some local traffic, both in and out of the park, may affect that Indian Springs Rustic Lodge intersection. And so we were required to make improvements. So what people will see, hopefully in the very near term, are added turning lanes. So through traffic along Indian Springs Road is not impeded, and people can make a safe journey to where they're going.
Is there a timetable on when that work will begin?
No, but I immediately reached out to District 10, so I in the process of discussing with them. So they're in the process of trying to figure out, who will actually administer the funds, whether it be a PennDOT project or administered through the planning office, and so we're making those determinations. So again, just got the announcement. But have already, started discussions on how to move forward. So the Development Corporation, through their engineer, Stifel McGraw and Associates, has already done a lot of preliminary conceptual work in terms of what the improvements may be, obviously developed a budget, and that was what was submitted to the Commonwealth for consideration for this funding.
The Windy Ridge Industrial Business Park has been something that's been on the minds of Indiana County residents, the folks in local government for a number of years now. And the question that I think I get asked a lot is, well, when are we going to start to see an actual business being operated in the park?
Well, we're working hard at it, Chuck. Believe me, I was here last week, we continue to make strides. It was announced back in February that the county, through the Development Corporation, along with the Chamber, we're working very closely, and again, through our partners at the Center for Economic Operations, working very closely with the Distribution Center prospect, and those conversations are ongoing. We are in actual negotiations for a sales agreement, and they have engaged architects and engineers and are actively working to develop the site. And so we're very encouraged by the progress. But these projects, tens of millions of dollars of investment, potential for, it's a very large building in excess of 700,000 square feet, several hundred jobs, are in play here, being considered by the company to make this large capital investment. So these things take time. It's a large company, but we're very encouraged with the level of dialogue, and the actually had emails and phone conversations here in the last few hours.
I know there's a lot of behind the scenes work that needs to be done, and a lot of things that have to be taken care of before they can even put that first shovel into the ground, and those are the things that are taking place even as we speak.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of engineering, and so getting everything coordinated. It's a 50-acre development, so a lot of utility work that needs to be done. So just it's a big building, big project, and it's just taking time to get everything. But hopefully everyone's patience and understanding will hopefully bear fruit. And the investments that we've made to demonstrate our ability to be ready to go will pay dividends for the community, and we're very much looking forward to getting this deal done.
Is there much more work that's needed to be done, I guess, physically to the Windy Ridge Park area, or is it just ready for people to move into?
Well, the Development Corporation structured it, structured it in phases. So phase one was the Krebs development. Which we were able to accommodate back in 2013, I believe, and then we immediately went into phase two, which has been completed. And so what people are seeing are really the phase two, the back portion of the park, of which this company may take a significant piece of the third phase. There are adjoining lots, as I mentioned, going back towards Rustic Lodge Road. So we do have two more road projects within the park proper that will be undertaken by the Development Corporation, and those funds are in place to do that. And so we're in final engineering and permitting on those phases, and obviously we'll need to extend the water lines. When the water tank was put in, 12-inch water lines have been installed throughout the park, but we'll need to extend electric, cable, telecommunications, and other services. And then our strategy has been also to try to grade lots as we go, so that they are a little further along in preparation for a company to come in. So we're actually provided pad-ready graded sites.
So folks can expect to see more moving of earth, as you mentioned.
Sure.
The roads and things like that are going to be taken care of. Our guest this morning on Indiana in the Morning, Byron Stauffer, the Executive Director of the Indiana County Office of Planning and Development. Windy Ridge is what we've been concentrating on, Byron, but there are other projects throughout Indiana County that I know your office is busy at, right?
Yeah, the planning office in collaboration with many other entities are working on other projects. Other projects have been announced, such as the Indiana County Conservation District received some grant funding, and so we are working closely with them on the development of a new administrative building, as well as an agricultural education facility. So we're very encouraged about that and the collaboration that could take place with the local school districts and local nonprofit groups to advance environmental education, environmental programs, and stewardship around the county. So we're very encouraged about that. We're also working cooperatively with the Indiana County Technology Center on the development of an expansion of an education facility to try to assist with Westmoreland County Community College and the Challenger Learning Center project, which is a STEM initiative to try to work with young children in the elementary ages, and certainly can go up through junior high and high school, for the sciences, technology, engineering, and math type programs. Mm-hmm. So we're very encouraged to have these programmatic synergies between the Technology Center, potentially the Conservation District, Westmoreland County Community College Challenger Learning Center, working collaboratively with all the area school districts, and then certainly the opportunity to work with Community College, Technology Center, and IUP on joint programming, because as has been discussed, workforce and having the available workforce here, a trained, ready-to-go workforce is vitally important to our economic development successes in the future. So anything that we can do to give not only adult learners but children educational opportunities is part of our overall strategy.
I know it's a busy time for you, for your office, and for those involved in the county government, and we'll be seeing the fruits of some of these projects. I know people just need to be a little bit more patient, and that will be taking place before you know it.
Well, thank you again, and again, a lot is going on behind the scenes. So every effort to get these projects done is being made. but sometimes good things take time, but the work is being done.
I know you'll provide us with updates throughout the weeks and months to come as well.
Glad to do so. Thank
All right,
you.
it's Indiana in the Morning. We are the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160, 101.1 FM.